Hi and welcome to the video. My name's Rapila. Essentially what will happen is I'm going to be subtitling and reacting to old videos that you guys request. So if you actually post a video to my subreddit, which I'll flash on the screen, then you'll be able to have those video subtitles. Obviously the ones that are more popular, get more upvotes, more comments, etc. are the ones that I'll be subtitling. And it's any sort of Japanese video, but usually kind of racing, etc. videos. So for today I've prepared a nice older video from Hot Version, which is a very popular Japanese magazine that featured a lot of racing, a lot of toge, a lot of drift stuff, and it's actually super interesting. And this one actually features Oka-chan in it, which I know obviously most of you will know me from subtitling Oka-chan's videos. So why don't we just get straight into it. Volume 43, okay.
はい、お久しぶりの青木でございます。今回ホットバージョンボル43はですね、今流チューニングということで、パート1は中古編ですけど、一体どんなチューニングがあるんでしょうか、アキラ選手。はい。
Okay, so these two guys are Akira Lida and Keichi Tsuchiya, which I'll just show you here. Obviously they're quite popular guys. If you take a look at some of their results here, you can see he competed in JTC, Japanese Touring Championship, came fourth in that. He did JTCC as well, and there was some pretty mediocre results there. But then you can also see in Japan GT and Super GT, he had a first place win here with the GT500 Toyota Supra. He's got a really nice result again with that later in 2004. There's lots of pretty good results here, as well as a first place with the Honda NSX GT2 in Le Mans in 95 and 96. So obviously, he's an incredible driver, incredible racer, and very interesting character around. But I think both of them are absolutely hilarious characters. Obviously, Keiichi Tsuchiya as well. He's kind of known as the Drift King because started drifting in a lot of his races. He also featured in Le Mans. He ran NASCAR exhibitions in Japan as well. These are some of the specs of his car, as well as some results here. Second in with the GT500 class with the NSX. He came first in part of Le Mans with Akira actually, and then also again for a second time at being I think one of the only few Japanese drivers to win 2 times. In 1999 too, which is an excellent achievement, both of them. So they're both very good racers, both very good drivers, and absolutely characters. So let's see what they have to say about today's theme, of course, being reusing parts from newer versions like the S15 on S13, etc.
それも古いんですよ。今流とか俺流とか結構若いやつらはそういう言い方する。俺流。それいいじゃないですか。それで何が？今回は中古編ということで、流用ですよね。流用パーツを使って。
I know it's just like recycled parts, but it's not like a completely trashed part, right? There's no real other way to translate it, but it's not like a completely trashed part. It's more just like taking a part from a newer version of a car and putting it on an older one. It's more like reusage maybe than recycling, but so pretty hard to translate some of this stuff.
で、新型の車のパーツを使ってそれを利用して、チューニングをして、新型車よりちょっと速くなったらいいんじゃないかなって土屋さんも結構ハマってるらしいですけども。近づくよ。本当ですか？そうだって俺の86だってさ、5バルブ乗せてるもん。
Yeah, if anyone knows what this 5 Barum is, I have no idea what that is. I looked on his page, but I don't know if that sounds familiar to you guys. I don't know much about 86s. But yeah, let's see what they have to say about that.
エンジンスワップしてるわけですよね。それとはちょっと違うんですけども、本体はそのままで、カムだとか、細かいパーツ、タービンだとかね、それを新型車のを旧型につけて、ものにもよるでしょ。1号のタービンだったらいいよ、でかいもん。
Yeah, a lot of this is early. Keep this in mind when you hear about just changing like cams and turbos only. This was filmed, I think, in 2001. So this is before a lot of things like the Haltech ECUs and those kind of advanced parts, etc. So you're not going to be able to get it was the tuning world, I guess, was less developed back then compared to now. And the theme of this one is to have it's the popular tuning that was popular in Japan at the time for used cars. So it's not going to be kind of these massive power top houses D1 builds. This is just for a normal person, what kind of tuning they would do. So let's take a look at what happens.
まあ、これは180ブーストアップのタービンに誘導して、まあ、S15 のライトチューンに、まあ、勝負を挑んじゃう。無理だよ、買い替えた方が早い。何言ってんすか、大丈夫だって言ったじゃないですか。まあその辺をですね、ちょっと皆さんに乗ってもらって見てみたいと思います。テストに持ち込んだのはシルビアチューニングで注目を集めているヤシオファクトリー。
You gotta love that color. Absolutely classic. Absolutely classic.
の 180SX ノーマルタービンの定番ブーストアップ仕様だ。
One day, boys, one day, I'll be smashing that down the toge. I don't know, we'll see.
まずはノーマルタービンの実力をチェック。
What a sound. Oh my gosh, yeah.
ノーマルタービンでも悪くないよね。ブレーキがちょっとね心配な車のね。甘い。でも乗りやすいよ。Sタイヤ仕様の足にはなってるね。
I mean, it is with a light tune. The brakes were kind of probably designed to handle the 200-ish, 250, I don't know, horsepower that the S13 comes with. So, when you upgrade the boost, a lot of people up the boost but won't change the brakes. So don't blame him for saying the brakes feel a little insufficient. I don't think that's any sort of personal attack. I think it's just more, a reality of these kind of popular tunes where everyone just adds in boost and doesn't specifically change out brakes or add bigger brakes or change pots for their additional power.
結構いいパワー出てるよね、ノーマルタービンでもね。これでもっと下からトルクが出ちゃうと、もうちょいグリップのいいタイヤが欲しくなるんじゃないかな。
Alright, 1 minute 6 seconds. That's pretty fast for that circuit.
お邪魔したのはヤシオファクトリー。どうしてタービンの流用が流行ったのか社長に聞いてみた。
13タービンっていうのは、どちらかというと、SR の2000に対しては、不良がもう不足しちゃってるタービンなんですよね。
I guess he's right. It's a 2 liter.
ですからどうしてもブーストをどんなにかけても最終的にコンマ85ぐらいまで垂れちゃって、パワーもあんまり出せないタービンですよね。
Is that a lot of boost? 0.8 bar? I imagine so, yeah, actually, now that I think about it.
なるほど。
So here they got a lot of, it was quite a complex bit, but on the text on the bottom in Japanese, it's essentially speaking about, from the S14 and S15 generation, they had larger turbos, and then the S15, the size was the same, but the characteristics, how built, boost, etc. was a lot bigger. And you can see here the difference in size between the S13 and S15 turbo, which kind of explains why people started to go with the bigger turbos.
大きさの違いは一目でわかるほど。14や15のブーストアップが速いわけはこのサイズの違いってわけよ。
3000、4000のピックアップっていうのは一応の方が全然いいんですけれども、その回転域ってあんまり必要ない回転域なんで。
What a young Oka-chan, man. I've only seen his newer videos where he's 60, but here we have the SR master himself looking like a clubbing god, picking up some foxy ladies or something.
最後のその6000から7000の立ち上がりっていう部分ではもう全然15の方が14とは比べ物にならないぐらいいいんで、あえて流用これから
they're porting the actuator apparently.
考えるんでしたら15ターンですね。はい。
Yeah, so they'll actually, I'll just go back a little bit, 2 sections.
立ち上がりっていう部分ではもう全然15の方が
They actually talk about there's a wall here to help reduce the boost when it gets too high, which was something that happened obviously in the later turbos, and I think that's something that they might remove or depending on how much boost they're putting into this.
14とは比べ物にならないぐらいいいんで、あえて流用これから考えるんでしたら1号タービン。
And they also do a great job of engine management here too, removing all the stuff. And they mentioned about this. You know, I think he pays a lot of attention in trying to make a car that doesn't want to catch on fire or explode, etc., which is great.
作業後のチェックで1号タービンのパワーアップを
Alright, so normal turbo, 280 horsepower, you know, 39.8 kilograms of torque. S15 turbo, 306 horsepower, 41.4 kilograms of torque. That's a big bump, just changing the turbo size.
確認。またグリーンのラインで示されたブースト圧を比べても1号タービンは高回転
Yeah,
の
looks
タレが
good.
小さいことが分かった。でもどうせ交換するなら社外パーツでもっといいタービンがあると思うんだけど。
I mean, yeah, you can change parts non-OEM, but it's going to be more expensive usually. Like you have to go with the whole setup.
S14 タービンがこれだけ流行ってるのも、14の子たちがみんなこうタービン変えて余ってるのを13につけるっていう、そういう形でその安価でできるタービンの変え方っていう一つの
Playing.
遊び方なんじゃないかな。
なるほど。
はい、 S13 系の今流チューニングということでですね、もう一つあるんです。
Lovely lady back in the frame.
すでに大型のタービンをつけている人のメニューなんですけど、おやドリカム大好きなんですよ、歌私。ドリカム
Yeah, that was a little bit of a word play on dorikamu being like putting two words together, being drift and kamu for camshaft. So dorikamu and dorikami, which is a singer's name or a song's name, etc. And they play on this joke a little bit here, which is quite funny. Let's see what they say.
もう何言っちゃってんの？ドリカムったって歌手じゃないの。これだよ。ね。
So I tried looking up some information for this guy. It just says in the Japanese text that he's the Autoland Yamagata representative, Yamasaki Shine. So I don't think he's particular any person special. Autoland being just kind of like a chain store for performance parts and things like that. But certainly he's probably done a lot of modification. So I imagine he has some good information too as well. Even if he's not, you know, like a big you know D1 GP driver, etc.
カムシャフト、ハイカムなんだけど、ドリフトやってる人の間で流行ってるんで、結構ドリカムっていう名前で今流行っちゃってんのよ。
ドリカムの正体は透明パワードのポン付けカムシャフト。ノーマルのプーリーに装着するだけでタイミングが出るように設計されているため、スライドプーリーは買わなくて済むし、難しい調整もいらない。お手軽なハイカムなのだ。
で、
Excellent.
2540タービンとかね、少し大きめなタービンとこのカムシャフトを。
This guy here, Honda, is part of the hot version director or one of the guys involved in the production of it.
の組み合わせ、それをうちでは進めてます。
ドリフト用仕様。
まあドリフトも走行回も OK だね。
It seems crazy now when you think about it because like people do a lot more than a turbo and a camshaft to drift. But back in the day, really, like normal people who wanted to drift who didn't have a lot of cash, they might have just done that.
で、この180はもうついてるんですか？
今これつけんだよ、これだから。
タービンはこれ。
2540ついてるよ、新品。
あ、そうなんですか。
そうよ。
じゃあこれ
何言ってんの？
これ
やだよな。
強引にテスト車をゲット。ランダーの
Yeah, let's have a little drive.
ノーマルエン
So I might just cut it here to start with because that's part one and it's already gone like 15 minutes. But you know, if you enjoyed this part one and you want to see part two of this and you want to see you know how the two cars compare, the stock S13 or three cars I guess, the stock S13, this S13 that's already had additional parts put on it, and the new one as well, obviously the S13 that Okachan made with the upgraded S15 turbo. please leave a like, comment, subscribe, etc. And remember, you can post videos in the subreddit, and the ones that get more popular get more upvotes, views, etc. I'll subtitle them, so I can really push back and give back to the community. If there's any sort of old JDM videos out there that you've always looked at and enjoyed, but it doesn't have any English subtitles, do feel free to message it to me, and I'll get that subtitled for you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, appreciate it, and see you next time.